Thank you, Holly, for that wonderful rendition. Felt that in my heart. Thank you, Pastor Bob, for that inspiring invocation. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor on behalf of the UCCI to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests and dignitaries joining us this evening. The Speaker of Parliament, the Honorable D. Ezard Miller. The Acting Deputy Governor and Head of the Civil Service, the Honorable Gloria Matfield Nixon. The Minister in Finance and Economic Development, Education and Training, the Honorable Ralston Anglin. The Minister for Health, Environment and Sustainability, the Honorable Catherine Ebanks Wilkes. The Minister for Social Development, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, the Honorable Isaac Rankin. The Minister for District Administration and Home Affairs, the Honorable Nicholas DaCosta. Elected Member of Parliament and Parliamentary Secretary, Honorable Wayne Panton. Elected Member of Parliament and Parliamentary Secretary, Ms. Heather Bodden. Deputy Speaker, Mrs. Perlina McGaw-Lumsden. Elected Member of Parliament, Mr. Royston Roy Tatum. Chief Officer of the Ministry of Education and Training, Mr. Tonya Cacho. Other Chief Officers from other government ministries, welcome. Deputy Director for the Department of Education Services, Dr. Richard Wildman. Commencement Speaker, the Honorable Ann Lee Gaylord Moe, United States District Judge for the Middle District of Florida. Current and past members of the UCCI Board of Governors, Natalie Cover, President and CEO, members of the UCCI Senior Management Staff, UCCI faculty and staff, UCCI students and alumni, our valued community partners, sponsors and supporters, parents, guardians, families, friends, and last but certainly not least, the reason we are here tonight, our amazing graduates. Good evening. Tonight we gather to celebrate the achievement, the perseverance, and the possibility of you, our amazing graduates. Under the theme, Inspiring Excellence, Transforming the Future, we recognize not only that our graduates have what they have accomplished, but also the promise of what they will accomplish once they leave these halls. This occasion marks the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and determination. It also is the beginning of a new chapter, one in which our graduates will use their knowledge, skills, and talents to contribute meaningfully, not only to the Cayman Islands, but to the world at wide, because you never know where you end up. On behalf of UCCI, I warmly welcome you all. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion. Moving into our program, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Ralston Anglin, Minister for Finance and Economic Development and Education and Training, to deliver congratulatory remarks. The Minister will be followed by the Chairman of the Board, Mr. Gilbert McLean, to give his remarks as well.
Protocol has been ably established. It's left to me to just say a pleasant good evening to all of you. And I can tell you from up here, just looking at all of you who we are here to celebrate, you look awfully good. You look enthused, excited, and you look like people who are going to help build these islands, continue building. That's right, you can clap. Because the journey of education is about ensuring that the other side of my ministerial responsibility, economic development, have the humans to make it happen. A highly skilled workforce is a key pillar to true economic development. Because without you and without you upskilling yourselves, we wouldn't be able to build the Cayman that we can dream of as being the true pearl and gem of the Caribbean. Let me, though, publicly congratulate Ms. Nanli Cover Solomon and her appointment as the new President and CEO of UCCI. Not only should this be a proud moment for her and her family, it should be a proud moment for all of us as Caymanians. Mrs. Cover-Solomon is our first female Caymanian to be appointed to the top spot of our national tertiary learning institution. I look forward in the next few years of building out the physical plant of UCCI. As you all know, we announced a few months ago that government has given over an additional $9 million for us to start the new chapter for UCCI in terms of developing physically what this institution would look like. But let's come back to basics. Teaching and learning. High quality teaching and learning, transfer of skills, and upskilling human beings. That's what tertiary institutions are all about. And it's all of you that are going to make that happen. Some of you are already in the workforce, and you're here to improve upon yourselves and get that higher degree that is going to allow you to achieve those next goals at work. Some of you are young, and this is going to be your first foray into the workforce and becoming full-time employees. Whatever stage you're at, we can't take lifelong learning as some cliche that we simply stick at the end of a speech. Lifelong learning has got to be what all of you do, not strive for, what all of you do, and you ensure that you pass it on to other family members, but most importantly, your children. In an age of AI, and AI is awfully powerful, transformative, the most transformative technology that man has seen thus far. We're here because I want to invest in HI, human intelligence. Think about it. What AI is trying to mimic in data centers that are run by hundreds, thousands of kilowatt hours of electricity still can't match the human brain, which survives on a mere 1,000 to 2,000 calories per day. Think about the little power that you need, that God has put in all of us, to actually power the human brain that allow us to do what we do. And the fact of the matter is, while ensuring the manipulation and ethical use of AI to solve complex human problems, to ensure we're more efficient as human beings, is critically important for all of us in this room. And so the master of AI is critically important to every single one of you. But the fact is, when you're at work, when you're making a business decision, when you're making a family decision, and you look at all the pros and cons, but your human feelings and emotions come in, and you don't actually make the most optimal choice, let's say financially, but you make a choice that is the one that is the most ethical choice, the one that you need to make in that moment. That AI algorithm is always going to make the most logical choice, mimicking us as humans. I don't believe is ever going to happen, because how God has created us and how we are wired and what we can do as human beings is something that just cannot be mimicked. And so you are here because of human intelligence, creativity, ingenuity, curiosity. And you are here because you are on a particular point in your journey. And whether you're getting a certificate, an associate's, master's degree, bachelor's degree, wherever you are, it's a point in time and it's a point on that pathway to you achieving your maximum potential. So we're here because Cayman is going to be built on the best platform of HI in the Caribbean and in the world, so that we can maximize the God-given potential for this little, small but mighty country that we call home. And so I just want now to say to all of you, use these skills. Use these skills to push forward your careers, push forward your businesses. Use these skills to help build the best possible Cayman Islands. I thank you and I wish you Godspeed, and I know you are going to do exactly what your theme says, inspiring excellence and transforming our collective futures. Thank you.
Protocol having been established, I can say good evening to everyone. It is my distinct privilege on behalf of the Board of Governors of the University College of the Cayman Islands to welcome you to this 2026 commencement ceremony and to address our graduates under a theme that could not be more fitting for this moment in our institution's history and in the history of these islands. Inspiring excellence, transforming the future. A commencement is, by definition, a beginning. Yet, for any university, it is also a mirror, a moment in which the institution sees itself most clearly through the achievements of those it has formed. Tonight, as we confer these credentials, we are not merely closing a chapter for our graduates. We are publicly attesting to a promise the University College has made to the people of the Cayman Islands, that the young men and women who pass through these doors will leave more capable, more principled, and more prepared to lead than when they entered. Every degree, every diploma, every certificate awarded this evening is a renewal of that compact. The University College of the Cayman Islands is and must remain a national institution in the fullest sense of that term. We are the only public degree-granting institution domiciled in these islands. That is not a marketing line. It is a statutory responsibility. It means that the strategic priorities of this country, sustainable economic diversification, climate resilience, financial services competitiveness, public sector modernization, healthcare capacity, and the social mobility of Caymanian families cannot be advanced without us, and we cannot pretend to thrive without advancing them. The board has therefore charged the institution with a clear strategic posture. UCCI must be the pipeline of choice for Caymanian talent into every sector that will define this country's next 25 years. That requires programs calibrated to demand, faculty that are themselves practitioners as well as scholars, and partnerships with industry that produce graduates who are employment ready on the day they leave this stage, not 18 years later. To our graduates, when you take up your roles in our hospitals, our hotels, our law firms, our trust companies, our schools, our regulatory authorities, and our small businesses, you are not simply beginning a career. You are reinforcing the human infrastructure of this nation. Class of 2026, you graduate at a pivotal moment. The technologies that will reshape the global economy over the next decade, the minister spoke about them, artificial intelligence, advanced data analytics, Quantum and cyber resilience systems are no longer on the horizon. They are already at the threshold, and in many industries, they are already inside the building. The question is no longer whether they will reach Cayman. They have. The question is whether Caymanians will lead them, govern them, and benefit from them, or merely consume them. This is precisely why the theme of the commencement matters. Excellence today is not a static credential. It is a posture of continuous learning. The half-life of technical knowledge has compressed dramatically, but the half-life of judgment, character, and the capacity to learn has not. The board's vision for UCCI is an institution in which graduates leave equipped not only with what is currently known, but with the intellectual discipline to master what is not yet invented. Artificial intelligence will not replace the professional who can think critically, write clearly, lead ethically, and adapt quickly. It will, however, comfortably replace the one who cannot. Choose to be the former. UCCI has prepared you to be the former. We must also be candid about ambition. The Cayman Islands is small in population, but disproportionate in global reach through our financial services industry, our tourism sector, and our maritime tradition. Our university must reflect that same posture. UCCI is a Caymanian institution, but its standards must be regional in their relevance and global in their credibility. The board is committed to deepening academic partnerships across the Caribbean and beyond, expanding research collaboration on issues that matter to small island states, climate adaptation, sustainable finance, food and water security, and the digital economy, and ensuring that UCCI credential travels well wherever in the world our graduates choose to take it. To our international students, our regional partners, and our visiting faculty, you are not guests at this institution. You are part of the reason it grows stronger. The University College is enriched by every perspective that enters this campus, and we intend to keep widening the door. And yet, with all of this said about strategy, technology, and global positioning, I would be failing in my duty as chairman if I did not return, as every commencement address worthy of the name must, to the older and deeper question: what kind of person does an excellent education produce? The University College does not exist solely to credential the workforce. It exists to form citizens. Excellence severed from character is merely competence in service of itself, and history has been unkind to societies that have settled for that bargain. The graduates we celebrate tonight demonstrate discipline, perseverance, and intellectual honesty over the years of effort. The board's expectation, and I would argue this nation's expectation, is that those same qualities will define how you carry your credentials into the world. To whom much is given, much is required. That principle is older than this institution, older than these islands, and it remains the surest measure of an educated life. Lead with integrity. Build others as you have been built. Use what you have learned in service of family, community, and country. If you do these things, the credential we confer tonight will be the smallest of your accomplishments. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I wish to record our profound appreciation to those who make a moment like this possible. To the President and the executive leadership of UCCI, thank you for your stewardship and for the steady hand with which you guide this institution. To our faculty and staff, you carry the daily, often unseen work of forming minds, and the result of that labor stands before us in robes this evening. To our keynote speaker, the Honorable Annalee Gaylord Moe, we are honored by your presence and the familial and cultural ties you bring to these proceedings remind us that the story of Cayman is told most powerfully in the lives of those who carry it forward. And to the parents, guardians, spouses, and families of our graduates, the sacrifices behind every graduation are rarely visible from the stage, but they are never unknown. Tonight belongs to you as well. Graduates, I leave you with these 3 charges from the Board of Governors of your university. First, remain learners. The day you stop learning is the day your degree begins to depreciate. Treat your credentials as a foundation and not a finish line. Second, remain Caymanian, wherever your career may carry you. These islands invested in you find ways, large or small, to invest back. A nation of 3 islands cannot afford to export its best minds and never recall them. Third, people of character remain. Skills without character are a liability. Skills governed by character is a gift to every institution, every team, and every family is fortunate enough to have you. If you hold on to these 3 things, you will more than fulfill tonight's theme. You will not only inspire excellence, you will, in your generation, transform the future of these islands. Class of 2026, congratulations. You have earned this. Carry your university with you and know that we, in turn, will bring you with us. May God bless you. May God bless the University College of the Cayman Islands, and may God continue to bless these beloved Cayman Islands. Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Minister Anglin and Chairman McLean, for your encouraging and inspiring remarks, and for all of your steadfast support in education and student achievement in the Cayman Islands throughout all these years. Now, I ask your forgiveness, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is not on your program, but it would be remiss of me not to invite our newly installed President and CEO, Nanlee Cover, up to give some remarks at this time. Please help me join and welcome Madam President.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. I'm not sure everybody's going to love you after this, but I will do my best right now and keep it short. Protocol having been established. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, good evening to the graduating class of 2026. Tonight, we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone in your lives under the banner Inspiring Excellence, Transforming the Future. More than a commencement theme, it is a call to action. It reflects not only what you have achieved, but also the promise, potential, and responsibility you now carry into the future. Tonight I stand before you as the President and CEO, and in collaboration with the executive leadership team, the faculty and staff, it is our mandate to ensure that the mandate of the government and the Minister of Education to make UCCI the premier institution is duly carried out. This has been a significant year of change and achievement for UCCI. Together, we have strengthened our institution, embraced new opportunities, and advanced our mission. A defining milestone has been the historic Cayman Islands $9 million government investment in UCCI's campus infrastructure, the first capital allocation of its kind in the university's history. This investment will expand our campus, modernize our facilities, and create learning environments for generations to come. It is an investment in infrastructure, but more importantly, in people, because it is you, our students, who give this institution its purpose. These developments reflect a university on the move. More importantly, they reflect a student body that has grown alongside it. Your resilience, discipline, and determination are what gives this institution its meaning. We have also strengthened UCCI's international and regional footprint through strategic partnerships that expand opportunities for you, our students. Earlier today, I had the privilege of meeting with the trustee of the New England Institute of Technology, Mr. Philip Kidd, as we renewed and enhanced our Memorandum of Understanding. This strengthened agreement will continue to provide Caymanian students with access to world-class, career-focused education. Mr. Kidd, on behalf of our leadership team, our Board of Governors, and the Ministry of Education, I extend our sincere gratitude for your commitment and partnership. Having visited the New England Institute of Technology campus, I witnessed firsthand the exceptional learning environment our students will experience. We currently have 8 students enrolled, with 5 additional to commence in the fall, which is a testament to the strength of our partnership. Alongside this, our partnership with the Loyola University New Orleans continues to expand global pathways for our students and strengthens UCCI's international outlook. Our commitment to collaboration also extends across the Caribbean. As the Association of Caribbean Tertiary Institutions meeting in March, the UCCI delegation heard remarks from the Honorable Chad Blackman, Barbados Minister of Educational Transformation, on behalf of the Honorable Sandra Husbands, Minister of Training and Tertiary Education. Minister Blackman spoke about transforming education across the Caribbean, strengthening regional cooperation, and advancing the portability of qualifications. His message reinforced a vision of shared opportunity across our region. This regional vision is not abstract. It is about expanding the pathways available to you, our students and graduates. UCCI remains committed to ensuring that you are equipped not only for success in the Cayman Islands, but throughout the Caribbean and beyond. These achievements reflect a university on the move, embracing innovation, expanding opportunity, and remaining steadfast in its commitment to academic excellence, regional collaboration, and national development. Through all of this, the graduating class of 2026 remain at the heart of everything we do. You have demonstrated resilience, determination, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. For that, we commend you. To our first generation graduates, I offer special congratulations. Your achievement is more than a personal success. It is a milestone for your families, your communities, and future generations. You have broken barriers, expanded possibilities, and created a legacy that will inspire others. Be proud, but remember, this is only the beginning. To the families, friends, mentors, and communities who have supported our graduates, this is your celebration as well. Your sacrifices, encouragement, and belief have made this possible. We honor and thank you. For my first-gen graduates who are wearing, please stand so that everyone can see the impact you have made tonight. Thank you. Serving in this role has reinforced one truth: growth is essential to life. Every challenge teaches, every setback strengthens, and every success builds what comes next. Recently, I was reminded by President Armstrong, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Strategy sets direction, but culture determines outcomes. As you move forward, be intentional about the culture you create in your workplaces, your communities, and your lives. As you step into your next chapter, whether further study, employment, entrepreneurship, travel, or just a gap year, be intentional. Reflect on your purpose, plan your path, prepare for what lies ahead. The mindset you build today will shape the future you create tomorrow. In closing, the faculty and staff of UCCI stand with immense pride today, not only in this institution, but in you, the graduating class of 2026. We have watched you grow into the individuals seated here today, and that transformation is what we celebrate most. You are now part of the UCCI alumni family, and we welcome you into that lifelong community. As each of you cross this stage, we are reminded of UCCI's role in shaping the future of the Cayman Islands. You are the leaders, innovators, educators, entrepreneurs, healthcare professionals, public servants, and change makers of tomorrow. On behalf of the entire UCCI family, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. You have strengthened this institution and become part of its enduring legacy. It has been my honor to serve you. UCCI stands in admiration of what you have achieved and anticipation of what you will become. Class of 2026, carry forward the values you have built here. Lead with integrity. Serve with purpose. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. Continue inspiring excellence. We transform the future not only through what you have achieved, but through the lives you uplift and the example you set. Congratulations, class of 2026, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Madam President, and congratulations once again on your appointment. This evening's commencement speaker is an accomplished legal professional whose career exemplifies excellence, service, and leadership. The Honorable Ann Lee Gaylord Moe serves as a United States District Judge for the Middle District of Florida. Her distinguished career has included service in private legal practice, on Florida's state trial and appellate courts, now on the federal bench. Throughout her professional journey, she has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to justice, public service, and the rule of law. Judge Moe also shares a meaningful and enduring connection with the Cayman Islands. Her maternal grandparents, William Nathaniel Willeke Kirkconnell and Greta Kirkconnell, were born on Cayman Brac, and her family maintains close ties to the island across generations. Judge Moe visited Cayman Brac throughout her childhood and continues to return with her own family, making this evening's occasion not only a professional honor, but also a homecoming of special significance. As our graduates prepare to enter their chosen professions and communities, they do so at a time when integrity, resilience, and principled leadership are more important than ever. We are honored to welcome a speaker whose life and career reflect those values and whose accomplishments demonstrate what can be achieved through dedication, perseverance, and a commitment to service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to present our 2026 commencement speaker, the Honorable Ann Lee Gaylord Moe, United States District Judge for the Middle District of Florida. Please join me in welcoming Judge Moe.
Thank you. President Cover, it sounds good, doesn't it? Ministers, elected members of the government of the Cayman Islands, members of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, proud family members, and of course the graduating class of 2026. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for having me. I want to thank you for the kind introduction, and I want to thank President Cover and her assistant Karen Hides for all of the effort that they went to make this the special time that it has been for my family and I to be back here in the islands. On behalf of my husband Ben and our 2 boys, thank you so much for the warm Caymanian welcome. As President Cover alluded to, I have the pleasure of serving as a United States District Court judge in the Middle District of Florida. I am not Caymanian myself, but I come from a long line of proud Caymanians. My grandparents, as mentioned, Willie Kay and Greta Kirkconnell, were born, raised, married, and buried on the island of Cayman Brac. In fact, for those of you who have been to the UCCI Cayman Brac campus, my grandparents were married at the little white church that's a stone's throw away from that campus. And my grandmother always described their wedding day as when you see the wooden shutters on that church, she said that because people loved my grandfather so much, that which was, I think, a very humble thing for her to say. I think it probably had to do with the fact that she was also a pretty special lady. That church was surrounded, it was packed on the inside and surrounded on the outside of people who watched them get married there. And I drive by the UCCI campus in Cayman Brac every time I'm at my parents' house. It's a stone's throw the other direction from your campus. On my mother's side of the family, our roots in Cayman Brac are deep. Ben and I bring the boys there as often as we can. And although I'm not a Caymanian, I do want you to know it's not because I never tried. I applied for and was denied Caymanian status years ago, but all that does is make it obviously true that one need not be a Caymanian to truly love the Cayman Islands. Because this place means so much to me and my family, I do want to make sure that I do what I can to make these next few moments worthy of your attention. If I were giving a college commencement speech in the United States, I would of course reference American history, I would talk about American law, I would talk about the United States Constitution. But as I considered addressing you, I thought none of those things would probably be of any interest for understandable reasons. So I was not able to recycle any old speech that I had. And I also considered the fact that here I am, a judge, and I really can't talk to you about Caymanian law either. The only thing I know about Caymanian law is what I see on the wall of the airport every time I'm here. And that is that if you go into the wrong part of the Caymanian airport, you can be fined without limit. So as a judge and as a lawyer, I see that sign, and it probably falls a little harder on me than anybody else. I look at it, and I've got 2 young boys, and I think, where are they? Keep them out of the wrong part of the airport. Fined without limit is a scary thing. So, because I couldn't default to any of my normal topics, I am choosing one. I reached for something that I thought would still be somewhat familiar to me, and that's the topic of decision making. And everything now that I'm about to say, I think you're going to wonder if maybe we all were in cahoots together and talking about what we should say, because I think I'm going to speak about things that are very, very much adjacent to the things that have already been said this evening. I am someone who is paid to make decisions for a living. But you, as graduates and as we look at you for your commencement today, the reality is all of us are in the business of decision making. And as the point was previously made, AI can do wonderful, amazing things in many ways, but you've heard the case for human intelligence and human decision making. That's what I want to talk to you about. I'm not an AI expert. I'm highly suspicious of AI. I think it's helpful for some things, but I think in many ways it's